What's up, guys? Welcome to Boge Live. My name is Andrew and Bessie. On this channel, we go over everything funding, business, investing. We're here, episode 1 of the podcast. And I got a very, very special guest here joining us. We got 8-figure entrepreneur Wes Watson sitting here with us. Fitness, business, one of the few people that's really going to help you actually make huge breakthroughs in your personal development and financial development. So, Wes, nice to have you here, man.
Hey, it's good being here. And we both love Miami. Andrew from San Diego, too. We both came out here real quick and stayed. I mean, I love it, bro. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, what was like the big reason for you to move to Miami?
It was too high energy. I operate from high fucking frequency, high energy individuals that encourage success. And in Miami, they're like, oh, you're in shape. Oh, you're making money. Oh, nice bag, nice watch, nice car.
Yeah.
They're not haters, bro. They have positive energy towards success. Other people have these weird built-up fucking beliefs around people who are materialistic or this or that. Regardless of what you choose to do with your money, you built success, and we all want that.
Yeah, totally. You see a lot of that in San Diego when you moved over here?
Yeah, it's just in San Diego, it's like older money. Maybe in California, more conservative. But Miami was just like more flashy. It fits me more. I like that shit. And when people are encouraging towards success, regardless of what area it's in, fitness or finance, I mean, Miami's the epicenter of a high frequency place that's really built around fitness and financial structure. Everyone here has a different mindset. They're more positive. The weather's better. They're getting it done.
Yeah, totally. And you know, you just got like Miami Beach bod, all the type of, you know, energy going on over here for sure. So for anyone who's just like brand new to you, hasn't seen your content yet before, like, what do you do?
I mean, I'm America's most famous felon. I mean, I got out of I got out of prison about 5.5 years ago, and I got out and I had to share. A lot of people like know they want to share or build their brand, but I had to.
Yeah.
I healed myself in the penitentiary. I changed my life so drastically. Just get the fucking phone in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share day in and day out what worked for me to go from a stupid, low-level fucking convict who just kept getting in his own way to a successful 8-figure entrepreneur, great man.
Yeah.
And the thing is that's what I do for people. I sat on my rack, and it was about 2014. And I came up with what I believe our purpose is as humans on this planet. And I wrote down that our purpose is to create the individual we admire and give that man to the world.
Yeah, totally.
So I built someone that I fully am proud of and I admire in all ways: character, aesthetic appearance, financial capacity. I created this individual that I admire, and now I'm giving him to the world.
Yeah, for sure. And you probably, when you were getting there to prison, right, you're probably like, shit, man, I can't believe like I'm actually going. Like, what really sparked like that transformation for you, like while you were in prison, to really just come up with that philosophy for yourself?
I feel like regret's our guideline, and I kept doing things I regretted, and it would torture me. And then I started reading about stuff like karmic debt. I started reading stuff about like conscious congruency, and I started to like really dissect quotes from all the wisest people. And I mean, some of these quotes were just so fitting towards my exact situation, who I was inside, and who I wanted to be. So I started to really formulate this man, this 10.0 version of myself, what he would look like, his appearance, his actions that he partaked in and didn't, his energy, and his demeanor. I started to make this person in my head of who the fuck I need to be to live a great life. And I just decided to create that person. I had endless time, so I decided to create him. And people don't realize. They're out here thinking, how, Wes, how? I need to make more money for my family, how? And I just consistently tell them it's who, it's not how.
Yeah, totally. How long did it take you to like really figure that out when you got in there? It was like maybe
it's always trial and error.
Trial and error.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, maybe I'll work out. I'll work out with the guys because you have to work out in prison. But then you do like a half-ass workout. You're like, man, I really left so much on the table. I don't feel good. I regret leaving so much on the table. So something as simple as regret being your guideline, I would do a workout that's half-assed, and I'm like, no, I'm worth more than that.
Yeah.
And then I would give more the next time or do another one. So I was always just really holding myself accountable to how my actions were, my thoughts, my energy. I'm fully accountable to my actions, thoughts, energy, and I'm accountable to aligning them with where I want to go and who I must be. So I shifted my whole perception of what life's about. And if life was about creation of someone you're proud of, then that's a life worth living. And when you create someone that you're proud of and that really operates at a high level, you can crush any goal and totally fucking obliterate the competition.
Yeah.
Because they're operating with a less than optimal set of tools themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Like waking up being more than you thought possible every day is just so vital to success, especially like just going from like where you were to like where you are now. And that was one of the things that we were talking like a couple days ago on a mastermind, and you were telling us that you started posting content from prison, right?
From prison. And that's what as you were saying that, I was thinking about imperfect action.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the cornerstone of my success. I didn't like wait to make stuff perfect before I did it. I was just like, people need to hear this. Mm-hmm. People need to hear my message. And every time someone gave me like positive reinforcement back, it was a high for me, because you're talking about someone who only got very negative attention his whole life, being a criminal and a convict. Mm-hmm. I got very negative attention my whole life, but I got attention. That's what I wanted at the time, because I was a dumb kid.
Yeah.
People don't realize they're a dumb, fucking foolish kid when they want negative attention, because positive attention is hard to get. There's competition. And so once I started basically competing in the online space for this positive attention, it became something I wanted to do. And I'm like, this is what I'm going to commit my life to. That's the secret. Imperfect action and committing to one path.
No, it's so true. Like, I know when I started my business, like I wasn't all the way there with the skills.
You don't have to be.
Exactly. Yeah, I did.
You never will be.
You never will be. Exactly. Yeah, you just have to know, that 1% more than the person that is you're helping, right? And being able to deliver actual value in exchange, and really being able to help them, and knowing deep down that you actually can.
Don't even consider the other person. Yeah. Don't even think about them. Life's a mirror. It's not a window. So who cares? Don't even think about the other person. Just tell exactly what worked for you. And another fucking human will take that and try it. And if they're honest, they'll be able to master self. Because self-mastery depends on self-honesty. And if you tell them something like, no, drop your vices, get rid of the drinking, get rid of the drugs, and start waking up earlier, work out. The point of the workout is to get into a high-frequency mindset. It's not about just getting super buff, because that will actually turn into a low-frequency emotional state. If you're not getting it quick enough, you'll start to desire it too much. It'll break you down. You'll quit. Yeah. So giving people the right intentions, the right self-talk, the right habits, the right actions is what I do best, because the only reason I know the routes they're about to take is because I took those routes and failed.
Sure. Yeah, trial and error, just like you mentioned before.
100%.
For sure. Yeah. Now back to like that content, especially in prison. Like I have so many actually things on my mind about that, because your growth is absolutely insane. Like when I go on my Instagram and I see your stuff, like you're just different. Just everything about your content is so different. I've been hearing just some of the things that you mentioned, and you're blowing up so fast. I think I followed you maybe when you had like 150, 170,000 followers back in San Diego. Now you got over 380,000, I think.
Something like that.
Like when you were in prison, right, just posting content, like all you were thinking about was just, I got to share my message. Like, was there any like strategy to it?
I'm just honest.
Yeah.
I'm fucking angry. I'm negative. I'm a fucking killer, bro. I went to prison not for missing a Boy Scout meeting.
Yeah.
So when I uncovered the secrets to solving that man's pain, I shared them. And what did that do? That liberated a lot of people who think you have to be that type of man to be a man. They're like, oh, that's not a good man. A good man isn't someone who womanizes. A good man isn't someone who goes and drinks and acts all fucking cool. A good man isn't this. A good man's disciplined. He's consistent. He's loyal. He's loving. He's knowledgeable. He's an asset. And so that liberated a lot of the people who thought they had to be some stupid fucking man that they show on TV or on social media that's like a womanizing, partying, stupid fuck. Like, and they thought that they had to be that. And they don't. That's not a real man. Yeah. And so that liberated all those people, and they're like, I am a good man. I am on the right path. But then they needed to build some stuff within them that I was showing them. Then what it also did was help shift a lot of the guys that were in pain that were like me. The guys who were the violent, drug abusing, alcoholic, fucking just fucking supposed like tough alpha dude or whatever the fuck they used to show us. Like, dude, if you watch like a Clint Eastwood movie or some shit back in the day, they're drinking, they're kicking ass, they're doing all this shit. Like, that's all we fucking saw. Growing up in the 80s, it's all karate movies of whooping ass and men drink when they're relaxing. Even if you watch like Thor or some fucking Disney fucking movie, whatever the fuck, they're drinking. And it's like, why are they showing us this?
Yeah.
I had to come out and really be like what I knew was true. And it was a mixture of a lot of things, but it took a lot of vulnerability. I had to say, I'm a fucking idiot. I had to come out and say, look it, I've been a fucking idiot. So that helped all the people who are still being idiots. And then the people who thought they had to engage in that shit, they were able to just denounce the behavior fully because they didn't even like it. Like some people I know, kids nowadays, they're like, I never even drank. I just don't like it. And like some of them are probably pulled by older people like me who still drink and shit. Hey, come hang out with us. What are you doing? You're going to bed? And the kid's like disciplined. He's consistent. He doesn't want to go drink. And he's being pulled by like supposed friends into this hole that they know does not fulfill them. So what I did was come out as a man's man and be honest that this is fucking bullshit. This is the way to be. And I'm going to show you every day that if I'm this man online that I'm going to show you, watch how successful I get. And they watched me from the prison gates to where I am now, that if you're this type of man, look how your life is. And I like to say, if a man is right, his world will be right.
Yeah, for sure. And like all that honest content, I assume just, you start telling your friends about it. You start telling other people you know about it. And that was probably your big key, you think?
Oh, it's just, I just never missed. I never stopped. I never missed. It resonates with people. I'm very passionate. A lot of people lack passion because they have ego. So they can't be on here and be like, hey, I'm passionate about fucking comic books. They won't say it because they're like, do people think that's cool? Like, if I sit here and I, as a man, tell people, I've been out of prison for 5.5 years. I've only had sex with like 4 women.
Yeah.
They'll be like, that dude's not a fucking pimp
Because like all the society standards.
They'd be like, well, what the fuck? I'm like, it was by choice, motherfucker. Trust me, I'm very desirable to the other sex, but by choice, I'm a high value man who wouldn't just give myself away. And I need a connection. I need to love someone, have a connection, or guess what? Regrets my guideline. I regret using her for that. And it takes away so much of my clarity the next day at work that I can't even go through the fucking day. I just broke someone's soul and I can just go back to work. What type of psychopath can do that? Just use a fucking woman, trash her, and then go kill it at work the next day. He's so stupid. He thinks he's killing it at work. But if he was a great man, if he was fully aligned, if he didn't do any of this shit, you want to know how good he would be in business and at work? He would fucking murder it.
Yeah, and that's I remember you were telling me a lot about your program and how first you have to start with the individual. And something that a guideline for me I go by is your survival, like your own individual survival impacts the survival of others around you. Because if your own survival is not up to par, it's not, as high as potential as it can be, it's going to affect everyone else around you, right?
A lot of people always want like big businesses or they want people to listen to them. And I'm like, you don't even fucking listen to you. And they're like, my employees suck. I'm like, bro, you're a 6. You have 3s and 4s who work for you. Like 8s and 9s won't work for a 6, you stupid motherfucker. Yeah. Why would they? 8s and 9s work for 10s. You have to be a 10. To be a 10, you have to, being a 10 is not fucking getting so good at shit. It's removing everything that's keeping you from being your best. It's removal. If you removed everything that's keeping you from being at 100% clarity, you would murder it. Yeah. And that's what I work on with people. I get them to remove everything that's keeping them from their natural state of being that is massively elevated, massively conscious. Humans are very conscious beings. We're borderline fucking telepathic. We're just not paying attention. And I teach people how to really tap in to that higher frequency mindset that has them believing in every step of the process. That's the biggest thing to me is I don't even doubt it. People go into endeavors like, what if it goes wrong? I'm like, what if it goes right? What if it keeps going right? Yeah. They think that one day it has to decline. I don't believe that. Yeah. I just think it's going to keep going. As long as I keep doing everything that's aligned with growth, if I keep doing it, it'll keep going.
Yeah, it was something I heard you say too. Like the things, it's not the things that you do, it's the things that you don't do.
Biggest thing.
Yeah.
That's what separates you. A lot of people know how to go do it, and they do it.
Yeah.
But what's keeping them from it? They go work out, but what's keeping them from being ripped? They don't take away the bad foods. A lot of people, they operate in business and they know the blueprint for crushing it and making more money in this said business, whatever they're in. But what they do is they go in as a less than optimal tool themselves. They drank last night. They have a mistress. Like their consciousness is marginalized.
For sure. It's probably a lot of these things that you notice what keep people away from
100%.
like really actually stepping into their full potential.
How could they? Like, okay, you've done it. You've been like a super asshole to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've chewed, something happened, you chewed them the fuck up. You fucking told them what's up, and you overstepped. Would you be able to fucking go film a piece of content all dope or write something massive or even do this podcast at your highest level if you knew right before this you just fucking murked your chick with some fucking shitty ass talk? It'd be in the back of your head. Your conscious state would be marginalized. You'd be in that event still.
Yeah, totally. So like it seems like, your business like the most passionate thing that you're doing. Do you do any other ventures or just solely
I just invest in some shit, but mainly just all personal branding, coaching, speaking gigs, all that shit.
Yeah, it's what makes you feel good is what, gets
Bro,
you up every day.
I'm in flow state right now.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know how hard it is for Wes Watson to be at peace? Like, look at all the stuff I have.
Yeah.
I have everything. I have multiple mansions. I have every exotic supercar you could everyone except Bugatti, but I have everything else.
Yeah.
And
it's on your list?
Yeah, but I don't even, it will, like, why not? But I'm just saying,
Of course.
I have everything that could prove success and make you wake up and be like, today's the best day ever. This is what brings me peace. Right now, we are becoming the source of what we seek. We want more success. We want clarity. We want a better life. Now, right now, we're becoming that for other people. That frees us from that state of desire that kills Wes Watson. Wes Watson is such a fucking desiring piece of shit, lustful motherfucker who wants more and needs more and this and that. So I make sure Wes Watson is a very small part of my life. But this man that I've created who lives in flow state, who's this greater 10.0 version, this better man, that man lives in flow state and he's consistently creating. He's not desiring. They're like, most people live in a state of desire. Desire is very low frequency. Desire is lower frequency than anger.
Yeah. Yeah. I've totally seen that before for sure. It's just such a low
It's
emotion.
on the chart. If you look at the frequency chart, desire is a lower frequency than anger. And then guess what? People are like, "Oh, you're so mad though." I'm like, "You're so shameful."
Yeah.
Like, and shame is way lower on the chart than anger.
Yeah.
They're like, "How am I shameful?" Bro, you necked a full pizza. You still got pepperoni sauce on your goddamn shirt. Like, you don't like, there's no way you like your body. You're shameful about that. You're shameful about watching that porn. You're shameful about staring at every other chick but yours because you fucking settled for someone you don't even want just to use them. I'd rather be fucking single than not be fully in.
Yeah, for sure. Now, for someone who is just really stuck on that low level of the frequency chart, like, what would you do to really just drag them out?
I would have to sit with them and just ask them. But I could tell them, but I would have to sit with them and say, what's your conscience telling you to remove? It'll probably be a vice. Most likely we would know what their vices are. It'd be drinking or overeating or negativity or procrastination or porn or some fucking shit. Like, dude, some of the top people I work with, the most famous people in the world, that's their that's what fucks them up. And it's like, I mean, but everyone has some vice usually that's holding them back. Once we get rid of the vices and we remove everything like of that sort, the negative habits, then we just double down on the positive ones.
Yeah.
Now there's nothing bringing us down, and we're only doing these daily acts of elevation. So the whole thing is people always ask me about my process, and they're like, why do you get up so early? Why do you work out multiple times a day? Why do you do this? It's what do you get from it?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's what I get rid of. I get rid of all that fucking doubt, all them disempowering thoughts, all that fear. The fear and the doubt and all that shit that keeps you from moving forward comes from the fact that you sold yourself out. You told yourself you were going to do something, you didn't do it. How would you not doubt this endeavor? This endeavor is way more complex than you fucking getting up in the morning or you fucking working out, and you don't even pull that off. So how are you going to pull off this crazy endeavor of, no, I'm going to get a mansion in Miami. I'm going to have a mansion in Cali. I'm going to fly private jets back and forth. I'm going to have multiple places. I'm going to throw these events. I'm going to sell these programs. I'm going to fucking be this worldwide fucking motherfucker. How are you ever going to believe in that if you're supposed to wake up at fucking 7:30 and you can't even do that consistently? You're never going to believe in anything bigger till you master you.
For sure. Totally. Now, more of a business question, because a couple of things that you said caught my attention. You know, running an 8-figure business and running into like other frequency, like people who have low frequencies, especially after you've brought them on, or maybe you're screening them. How do you handle those people in your business that maybe slip up and they start displaying?
I work with a lot of top CEOs and top people, and I have them teach my process like through email or to their people. So like you have to work on their personal development so they know it's them. They're bringing life into the business. If they come in, however they come in is going to be their output. We have to have them coming in just with a massively positive mindset, operating from a high frequency with that outward perspective of like when problems come, where we handle them, we get them done. Not people who break when something gets tough. But I make people teach their people personal development. And I really only would hire or work with people that already do my programs. You know, like why?
So you hire
why would
within.
I?
You hire within.
Yeah,
like
why?
someone,
Dude, I have cultivated 20,000 people who already do what I do better than me. There's plenty of people who do it better than me. They're more committed. They're not further along, which is a main precursor to better, which is like the length of time, the duration, the long view that you could adhere to a process that's difficult, which is one of the cornerstones of success. But the whole point is a lot of these motherfuckers that I teach, they're so stupid. They're better than me.
For sure.
Be stupid. Like just be so fucking stupid you don't question. Be so fucking stupid you don't even you could have discern to your own health even. Like people are like discern to you don't even care about your own health. Yeah, it has to be at that level.
For sure.
Sometimes you have to be so obsessed that you're willing to fucking just fully die. You're willing to be hungry. You're willing to not get enough sleep. These people are like, well, is that healthy? It's like, is it healthy to be broke? Is it healthy to desire a different woman all day than the one you have? No, it's healthier to do the work you have to do, be obsessed and level up so that you can get the life of your design. I don't have to settle, so I don't have to lie.
Yeah.
People who have to settle, they lie to their people. They lie to their employees. They have to lie to everybody. And that's that is the fucking deception.
Yeah, that frustrates me too when I see that every day with like different people. When
people have to lie to their families.
Yeah.
People want their families to lie to them. Like they're just like, fuck it. Like I'm just this shot out father who's not operating at his highest. He sucks financially, he sucks physically, and he wants his family to love him.
Yeah.
It's like, how can they? Look what you gave them. It's your fault.
Yeah. And then how do you expect to even hit that high level of achievement if you're not able to just focus on yourself at first?
Oh my God. Personal development. Your success will never exceed your level of personal development.
Totally. Now, you totally seem super passionate about like what you do, and as anyone, right? Especially who's achieving such high
I don't even
levels.
like what we do. It's who I am.
Yeah.
It's not even what I do. Because even if I didn't get paid, I would do this.
Yeah.
Like this, there's no fucking, there's no realm, there's no dimension, there's no time on this earth that Wes Watson will not get on fucking camera and make social media fucking shit.
Yeah.
He needs the camera, he needs the attention, he needs to give. He's realized that if he just takes all day, he feels like shit. If I sit around all day, if I have pancakes for breakfast, if I end up having sex midday with my chick or something, and then I go have another meal I like, I make 30 to fucking 200 grand, I drive my favorite car, that day will be so fucking horrible that it'll blow your fucking mind. But if I offset shit like that with hours of helping people and coaching, that day will be amazing.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, so yeah, you seem super focused on like even from where you started to where you are now. Like you make it sound like your routine really is like
Never changed.
Never changed.
No.
When like, was there any like jump in terms of like maybe putting in business systems, like having to learn those things to really go from?
No, mine was just more attention. So I always tell all you guys out there who are watching who think you need to learn more about business, like the only thing you should pay for is eyeballs. And that's what he's doing smart here. If you guys fucking learn anything from Andrew right now, it's that he's paying for eyeballs by setting this up. by putting all this time for you guys to watch, by giving his time towards this. Like, get eyes on you. It's not the best known service. It's not the best service that wins. It's the best known service that wins.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I've totally noticed that.
But
It's not about,
the second you've collected your first dollar and you see how it's scalable and you know how it works, own the eyeballs from then on. Everyone will tell you need to learn all this shit. You don't. You hire people who know that shit. Spend all your money on eyeballs.
Yeah, totally. It's like, it's not the best service that often wins. It's like the best
Known.
marketers.
Yeah, it's the best known. Like, dude, no, it is by far the best known. But the point is how do we get known?
Yeah.
We're relentless.
Yeah.
We care. We plant seeds. We believe in fucking compounding leads, like compounding interest on money. Like, I don't change my fucking offers ever.
Yeah.
Because I know the cornerstone of me building someone's business is me having a great person to build a business with.
Yeah.
So my cornerstone of my shit will always be, let me build you first. And then we'll build a business that fits you and your strengths. Not, hey, I just want to make money. That guy's not going to be good at anything.
Sure.
He just wants money. He has no passion. He doesn't even tie his word and his output to his name. He doesn't tie his name to his output. Like, as soon as my guys on my team, they'd be like, Wes, I didn't do as much work as I should have. I feel like fucking shit. The other guy would be like, I made enough, you know? It's like, no, he's saying he didn't put out enough workload. You're just saying you got the result. He'll beat you. Because he's more focused on the steps it takes to get the result than the result itself. The man who takes more pride in walking, he'll walk farther. The man who takes more pride in the steps, he'll dissect the steps more. He'll take more pride in the steps. He'll be better than the guy who just gets the result. The result-driven guy may win at first. This guy will beat him, though.
Yeah. I always run into people where they're just saying to themselves, like, I want to make passive income. I just want to make
God. You just kicked me in the nuts. Dude.
Right? It's just, I want to make passive income.
Do you
That's
realize
it.
nothing is passive?
Yeah.
How the fuck could your even real estate endeavor that's supposedly passive be passive?
Yeah.
Like, by owning properties, how is that passive?
Yeah.
Like, my boy who owns fucking thousands of properties, I mean, he has to fly out there and make sure everything's working right.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I mean, he has to fucking coach the people into fucking doing the shit correct. There's nothing passive about it. It's actually fucking harder. But I mean, people who believe in the only passive income you'll ever get is like, say something like I do with like Blackstone, like Brett, BRE, like Blackstone Real Estate Equity Income Trust Fund. Like, Blackstone will never lose. They're a huge real estate holding corp. I just put a bunch of money in there and I get the money back. You could lose, but the only thing passive is like truly investing. You're not gonna build a passive business. Is that even real?
No.
Doesn't even make sense.
You always got to have a hand on your business.
It's a fucking business.
Yeah.
What are you just gonna like, hey, set it and forget it? Fuck is that?
Yeah, that's not happening.
I don't even want that.
Yeah.
Like, when I have too much time on my hands, I start to be like any other human. When you're off your purpose, boredom leads to desire, leads to vices. And that's why a lot of these rich people can't hang. But that's why the Mark Zuckerbergs and the fucking Elon Musk and the other dudes are all training now. Why do you think you see them all training now? Like, why do you think fucking Jeff Bezos got all jacked?
Oh, yeah, I know.
He realized that it wasn't working. Like, he realized that he has to work. Why do you think Logan and Jake, like, they crush it?
Yeah.
They're just training so fucking hard. These guys get it now. They may have not fully got it because they probably have vices or whatever, and they justify those. But if they remove those vices, if they spent that time helping other people, and if they did really work very hard each day building themselves, that work becomes their worth. And then they already are great at what they do. Now they're not destroying themselves. So hence what I said from the beginning, removal.
For sure. Yeah. So, like, when you notice in someone that just can't correct themselves, because it sounds like, you know, you a lot of the people that you role model, look at, they're people who are able to actually correct themselves, take
self-actualization.
action. Yeah, self-actualization.
Self-actualization. They look at themselves and they say, I need to better myself in this way. It is the greatest trait you could ever have, is to have self-criticism. Like, your self-criticism is your best friend. And if not, I'll do it for you. Because a lot of people are very delusional and they don't realize that if they're overweight and they just raised 3 overweight kids, that they are a horrible person. They're a piece of shit. They just passed all the pain they had their whole life onto their kids when they could have just learned some simple knowledge about macronutrients and said, no, if there's one thing I'm going to do in this life, it's not pass my weight problem onto my kids. This has plagued me since I was a kid. It breaks my heart every day that I can't enjoy my body, and I'm not fucking passing it on to my kids. Why are they so oblivious to this? How are they not like, hey, my name's John. I've been in massive pain my whole life from having tits and overeating and being a fat piece of shit. My goal is to not do that to my children. They fucking do it to their kids, bro.
Yeah.
I was overweight when I was younger. Okay, like from like 9 or something till probably like 13. Like I was like a thicker kid, and like I didn't know that thickness was going to be a good foundation, but I had fat on top of that, and I didn't want to take my shirt off. And other kids had 6-packs, they were all tan, and that was more painful to me those years than all the time in prison.
Yeah.
Every second of every day I hated myself, and I was too young to realize how to change it. Now, even like, bro, you would be getting made fun of by your family members, your parents, people around you, and they're joking. Like, they're not like really, they don't want to hurt you. They don't mean that. But you don't know that when you're a kid. They're like, oh, they're just saying like some stupid shit maybe when they're just loose-lipped.
When did you get into fitness?
About like 13, 14.
Okay.
But
so is this, just knowing
being
what
being overweight like that was so fucking painful that when I see a parent do that to their kids, I get so fucking mad. And the only thing they have to do is learn they can make all the foods they like really healthy. And I'm not going to be someone preaching diet and all this shit right now, because that's not what this is about. This is about accountability. This is about awareness. This is about mindset. Like, how mindful are you that you are making your greatest source of pain your kids? And that's financially too, because there's equally the buff dad who's been jacked his whole life, who's too stupid to make any fucking money because he won't trust me or Andrew, who's just like, dumbass. Dude, you shouldn't struggle on 30 grand a month. Like, I can show you. Trust me. It costs $3,000 to learn. Is he really that stupid where he doesn't believe that it's worth risking his $3,000 to learn how to make 30 a month or 300? I've had people come in my program for $7,500.
Sure.
Learn how to coach and make $300,000 a month. Literally.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's sweet. And just like a lot of like the organic content, I would assume, and just like applying the things that they know, sharing their message with the world. Them
really just sitting on camera and saying, this breaks my heart. When I drank and came home to my beautiful family, it broke my soul.
Just being honest.
I'm going to stop now. It broke my whole being seeing my beautiful daughter stare at me, and I'm drunk. And I want to do better, but I'm choosing the drink over a workout. Why is that so hard? People need reminders. Like, they need, right when they're weak, a reminder. What is social media? Right when they're about to go to the bar, a post pops up, and Wes is doing another motherfucking workout. They're like, they have that choice right then. The space between stimulus and response, like Viktor Frankl said. Here's that space. Stimulus hits. The stimulus is, I want to go drink. The space is their discipline. The response is, fuck, I'm so fucking glad Wes put up that video that day, because now when I want to go drink, I just do burpees. And then it goes away.
That's great. Now, like, I feel like this is all kind of just revolving around the idea.
Mindset, mindfulness, awareness.
Yeah. Especially, you know, we don't have an education issue. It's an application issue.
Oh, my God, dude. Nobody doesn't know that if they go drink or they go work out, one has a better outcome. Everybody knows that. But at that moment, they can't apply it.
Yeah.
How do we get them to apply it? They're around people who only apply the latter. They only apply the workout and not the drink. So it is the people you're around. And what is social media? It's the people we're around. You're around me if you're on my social media. How the fuck could you really act like it has no effect on you because it's a screen? The energy exchange through technology is one of the biggest things that I've ever proven is so real, because I personally like connect more through technology than
Yeah.
in person because I was in prison.
Mm-hmm.
So in prison, I was in isolation. There was only letters. There was only the phone. I was so far away from people. And I had to just believe in these messages that came in through Instagram.
How'd you get a phone in
It's
prison?
just grimy ass shit. Just being a fucking convict. But this is the thing. Imagine if you had no one hitting you up and you put up a positive pic and like a positive quote and like 15 people comment. And they're
Yeah.
like, Wes, stay strong. And then some
Yeah.
of them message you and they say, hey, you staying strong in there makes me stay strong out here.
Yeah, that was totally one of the big things I learned about social media was just I had my group of friends back home, right? And we had other people that we wanted to get in touch with, right? There were other people that we saw inside of our circle that just wasn't in that immediate physical circle back, it's online. It's online nowadays, just connecting with the right people online, and that probably felt super refreshing.
Law of attraction. You just law of compensation. I mean, law of exposure. If you're exposed to, if you motherfuckers are exposed to someone like me and Andrew, and you're like, what the fuck? This kid's wearing a $50,000 Rolex. What the fuck? This guy's got a $400,000 Richard Mille on. Like, who are these fucking? These guys have millions liquid in their bank accounts. They can just spend millions of dollars right now. Me and Andrew can just spend millions right now. Who the fuck else can say they do that?
Yeah.
And how can you denounce someone who can do that instead of say, oh, the way they did it's wrong? No, you need to learn how we did it, you idiot. I saved people's lives for every dollar I have in my fucking account. Let's check the fucking account. Let's see right now. Like, let's just pull it out. People don't do this. Look at Face ID. Face ID, that one account has 1,129,000 in it. Then we go to the other account. This is just my Chase bullshit.
Yeah.
That has $1 million in it. That's 1.1 million that I could fucking burn right now into the ground and not give a fuck. Because I have investments. I own every one of my cars. Dude, liquid right now, I'm worth about close to $45 million.
Yeah.
That I could fucking take right now. And the thing is like, I did that in 5.5 years. You guys want $4 million in the next 5 years. Okay, if I can get 10x that, don't you know that I can get you 1/10 of what I've done? Jesus.
Yeah. And like, what would you, like, I see what you mean, especially too, like, where people aren't doing enough for themselves to really hit that level. Like, what would you say to that person?
Well, look at the work instills the worth. If you haven't done the personal development work, you don't think you're worth a Rolls Royce. So you shit on the guy who has one. Why the fuck does he need that? Why does he? Why?
It's a worth issue, like you said.
It's a worth issue.
Yeah.
They don't feel worth it.
Yeah, I remember I was getting like a watch. I'm talking about getting a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce now. And just some people around me are like, "Why do you need that?"
Do not hang out with people who say that because they don't see your worth. I do. I'm like, you're worth way more than that. You should get it today. You want to go?
Yeah, oh, that would be sweet.
I'm like, I got a homie. Like, dude, they're delivering a car to me right now. Like,
really?
As we're on this podcast, they're delivering me a Brabus G-Wagon. Like, it's getting delivered in 2 hours.
That's sweet.
And they're showing me the process. It's going to be at my pad, and it was $410,000. That was a deal. They're $500,000 for that type of fucking G-Wagon.
Yeah. You brought up a good point, like especially with having all this money and like you took it away from you.
I don't give a fuck about the money.
Exactly. What would you say to people who really give a fuck about money? Like they're like, don't take this.
It's
from
like
me.
the guy who really
I'm
needs to
scared.
get laid. It's not going to happen. The chick's going to be like, yeah, right. This dude's fucking tripping.
Yeah.
Like, dude, anything you chase too hard will elude you. You have to attract. You have to attract money. What if you want to attract money in 2023, you motherfuckers who are listening, make 100,000 friends online. Make 100,000 friends online. What do your friends do for you? They're there for you when you're going through a breakup. When you're about to make bad decisions, they tell you to make good ones. They're good examples. When you fuck up, they're still there. Like, I'm a friend to millions of people online.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I want friends. I was in prison forever. Like, I want to go eat with Andrew.
Yeah. It's
I
not
wanna go
fun being
kick it.
alone.
I don't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't have a family. My parents aren't part of my life. Every girlfriend I get, it just doesn't work out because I'm so fucking driven. They don't understand me. Dude, if you're getting to that level of people not understanding why you want a Rolls Royce, good. You don't want to be normal.
Yeah.
Please, God, get to that level quicker.
Yeah.
Where they're like, why the fuck does Andrew want to have this shit? Oh, average person alert. Bye. Like, I don't want to be average. Do you?
Yeah.
I don't want to be realistic.
Yeah.
Do you guys want a realistic life? Fuck no. I want a dream life.
Yeah.
I want an unrealistic
You only
life.
live one time, right?
Oh my God, I posted that today. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting in front of a jet that costed me $90,000 to fly to San Diego and back. It cost me $90,000.
You did that this week?
That was like
just
last week, but the
last
post
week,
was
last
right
week.
there. But and I had to get the Challenger 300 because I don't like the Hawker or the Citation that has the trench in the middle
You
that
were
I
saying that
shimmy
earlier.
down. I don't
Yeah.
like shimmy in the trench. And then so then I have the Hawker, or I got the Challenger 300. It was more. But dude, when you do millions a month in business,
Yeah.
you have to write off 40%. You have to expense 40% of
Yeah.
what you bring in a month. I bring in millions. I have to spend $1 million a month at least in expenses. And I don't have that much expenses in an internet business. So what the
Sure.
fuck do I have to do?
Especially when all your inbound leads are organic.
Inbound leads are organic.
Yeah, it's insane.
I spend about $3,000 a day on ads just to appease my people who
Yeah.
swear that I have to.
Yeah.
When they slow down, it goes from organic that comes through like click rate. I get like 15 leads a day when I like on just like a website, but Instagram hundreds still. But then if we're talking, and I could run my business like that. But then when I kick my ads up to about $3,000 a day, I get probably 85 leads. But my people are good. My guys are good.
Oh, you attract good people for sure.
But the thing is, my people who run my ads are good to where they target people who've already been in my ecosystem, and it's retargeting. It's not cold traffic. So my leads are ready to go. Like they are very good at targeting.
They've been watching
leads,
your content.
leads
They've
that
watching
convert,
your reels,
100%.
watching your stories.
leads that convert.
Yeah, for sure. Because I feel like that's the time frame or
That's
the
the
cycle.
difference between gambling and marketing.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing
Yeah.
is a lot of people come in fresh and they're like, when are we going to run my ads, Wes? I'm like, you don't have any data. You don't have any content. You don't have anything.
Yeah.
What are we going to run your ad to? Cold traffic? Get ready to shoot yourself.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to tell you no, and you're going to be dumping a bunch of money on the motherfucker. So when you have as much organic content out there as me that's done so well, and so many people who've clicked into all my shit, well, now we're lethal because now we're marketing, we're not gambling.
For sure. And people,
It's like they want me to burn their money. Like, no, throw it at the ads. I'm like, you don't have anything. Like, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, you got to have like that personal brand. And a lot of what you mentioned before is just staying consistent and just keep posting and really being honest and sharing things that you might not even feel comfortable sharing, but it's a reminder for other people.
What worked for you? You know, every time what worked for you is what you share for people. Like,
Yeah.
don't try to make content.
For sure.
Give value.
Yeah.
What was most valuable to me? Getting up early.
Mm-hmm.
What was most valuable to me? Quitting drinking and doing drugs. What was most valuable to me? The days I eat better, I'm operating with such clarity. I feel so good about myself. I could take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
When I work out super hard and I don't leave anything on the table, I feel so good. All those combined give me so much power and have me operate at a high frequency that I have to preach that first. Then we go into your business, your zone of genius, and you murder it.
Yeah.
Like, that's why when people come to be a content creator and I'm going to build their brand, like if someone's going to build their brand through my company, we're going to make a coaching program, we're going to make them millions, they have to work out. I make their workout, I make their diet, I get their habits right too, because I need them to be good on camera. I need them to be confident on camera. They're not going to just step into that.
Yeah, confidence and certainty are everything, especially when you're projecting value
What
to
is
other
confidence?
people.
Confidence is a byproduct of consistent implementation.
Mm-hmm.
If you consistently show up in a certain way, you are confident that you're that fucking way. I fucking hate when people think like you're just inherently confident. Nobody is. Like, open the hood of a car and be like, hey, Wes, do this thing. And so I would look like the biggest idiot. I don't work on cars.
Yeah.
I have no confidence. Like, and that's what they need to know. I didn't even want to speak on camera. One of my ex-girlfriends.
Ooh, this is good.
One of my ex-girlfriends, she broke up with me because I didn't make enough money as an online coach.
Oh, this was like early on.
Yeah,
then.
right when I got out of prison. Damn. And she should have broke up with me. You guys, she should have. I was a fucking bum. I was barely making $800 to like $3,000 a month. I'm glad she should have broke up with me. She made a bad choice. She should have bet on me in the long run. But she should have either lit a fire under my ass, which she did.
She's like, what
or
are you
she
doing?
should have broke up with me. Fuck being with a bum. Women shouldn't be with a fucking bum. More guys would elevate to higher levels if women quit spreading their legs for fucking bums. Straight up.
Yeah.
So, but then the whole point is like, honestly, bro, I didn't want to get on camera.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd rather make no money than get on camera. She broke up with me. I wrote a podcast. I said, I'm fucking going to share my story. Fuck this. I have to get on camera. She's right. I got on camera. I told my story. I blew up that day. I went from making
on YouTube, Instagram?
On YouTube. Yeah. I went on YouTube and I told my story. I was already speaking a little bit on my Instagram, but it wasn't reaching masses.
Yeah, it was like maybe like 1,000 views.
Small shit.
Yeah, small shit.
And then I had like 10,000 followers. And then but like from prison and like wasn't speaking. It was just over 7 years of posting. I got 10,000 followers. When the algorithm was a little better, and you could just post pictures. Pictures don't blow up like they used to. And sometimes they're doing better now, but so I go on this podcast, Big Herc, and it was Prison Talk or some shit. And I just went viral as shit. And everybody's like, tell us, we need you to have your own fucking YouTube. And my YouTube was originally just me telling prison stories. And then it went into personal development because that's all I give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about the prison stories. But like those are what you need to go back into. Like people don't realize they talk about personal development, then they go back into their journey, whatever journey was.
Yeah, becoming more than you thought possible by just, setting those reminders and just taking steps forward toward them.
I did not want to speak on camera, and I'm glad that the girl broke up with me so that I did.
Yeah, it taught you a lesson.
Now look at me now.
Yeah. Yeah, it taught you a valuable lesson. It seems like the secret sauce to business for you is just value.
One of the funniest things, she don't speak on camera. She just does modeling pics.
Yeah.
She ain't like giving value on camera speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dude.
Keeping people at a low frequency level then.
Yeah, basically like, modeling pics or something, like desire pics. Instead of like, I'll show like jets and cars and all this shit and I'll say, but you guys, I'm in flow state with Andrew on this podcast because I'm becoming the source of what I'm seeking. I want to give you guys financial freedom. I want to give you guys clarity. I want to give you guys inner peace from your vices. I want you guys to quit regretting with your one life and live as a man that you trust, you admire, you love. I want you guys to have freedom.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like probably the thing that you keep running into with people, especially when they sign up with you, just like.
Well, they just think that money's going to give them all that, and it won't. So that's why it's like, that's why I've built a business that a lot of people live with that's congruent. Like they make the money off what gives them the freedom.
Yeah, for sure. Now, like dialing in on someone's purpose like that, do they usually come to you already knowing what they want other than, or
sometimes, but some of them just like one of my new dudes, Mario, he came in and he's like, I'm drinking too much. I'm going to lose my wife. I'm being a fucking idiot. I'm doing drugs still. I need to stop. And we get him clean as fuck. He's been sober for, 5 months. And he gets ripped as fuck. And he didn't even want to sell coaching. He didn't even want to. That was not a plan in his mind. Not at all. He has like an HVAC company. And then now all the people are asking him. They saw him change and they're like, you have to coach us. And that's how it works. With all my top guys that came from scratch, that's how it worked. But then I also work with a lot of people who already run coaching businesses, and they're running them like businessmen, not influencers.
Sure.
So they'll be running it like a businessman.
That's the transition I'm making right now.
they'll be throwing away 30% of their profit on fucking ads. They'll be throwing 20% on closing. So the most they could ever make is 50%. So their closers get 20, their ads take 30, and they think that's normal business fucking structure. And that is normal business structure, but it's not influencer money. Yeah. Like
I gotta say, this guy who's recording, Chris Cinematic, he keeps telling me that every single time about the Instagram organic.
Please God. Yeah. It's
just
like
the profit margins are insane. He said he was at a podcast the other day. They did literally a podcast to 5,000 people. A guy made the Stripe account an hour before the podcast. Swipes up on his feed, $600,000. Just. Bam, within an hour.
And I was driving down the street the other day talking to someone, and I'm like, why are they living in the Stone Age? Why don't they get what we're doing? I'm making $100,000 a day, bro.
It's crazy. And no spend on ads. That's crazy to me. Just because I
only spend money on ads just to like get rid of some expense money.
Yeah, for sure.
I
That's
still
smart.
pay huge amount of taxes, even though you see the jet, the cars, the places. My places are fucking are event spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's like more things that I would want to do personally. Like last
It's
month.
the best.
Yeah.
It gives you a better life. It gives everyone a better view. You're investing more in your brand. I'm never telling people to invest in other shit. I'm telling them to invest in their brand.
Yeah.
When I do all this stuff, I'm investing my cash into my brand. It'd actually be less congruent if I was investing in real estate and all these other things instead of my
Yeah,
brand.
it's taking your
'Cause
mind off your purpose.
Well, I tell them to invest in their brand. I take all my money and I dump it back into my brand. And I'm telling them to do the same because that's what's working. I'm not investing in stocks and this and that and then saying, hey, you should invest in your brand, but I'm not fully invested. I'm 100% invested in my brand.
Yeah, I feel like I run into a lot of the same thing as you because whenever someone asks me really what the best investment actually is,
You.
I always
You are
it's
your
always
best
you,
investment.
and I always I always divert to something like sales or your own skills, personal development, getting yourself right, getting your skills where they need to be to actually self-reliant.
It's actually in building your community.
Yeah.
So building your personal brand in your online community is the best investment you can do in 2023. Nobody has made more money than all the people who do that. Kylie Jenner made $650 million with 11 employees in 1 year profit because her brand. She didn't. They were probably basically packaging white label products and just shipping them out. 11 people to do that much money. They weren't having to do anything.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is and what gives people more belief, more fucking inspiration? Inspiration is the greatest gift you can give someone who's down. Most of the world is down. And I help them get back up by fucking putting life into them. How do we bring life into them? We show them life is worth living by living ours correctly. We don't tell them how to live, tell them. We show them how to live.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. There's nothing more. This podcast, I'm free.
Yeah.
On a coaching call, I'm free. Even if I'm at the best restaurant in Miami, I'm not free. Because I'm desiring some foods I shouldn't eat. They're not aligned with this. It's a fucking problem. Even getting a new car or something. I'm not fucking free.
Yeah.
I'm free during the work. But I have to show people results in the tangible world for them to want to do it. They all want that. I don't give a fuck, dude. I am so like numb to another Rolls Royce, like or like another dope ass car, a jet flight, or another watch. I'm numb to that. But I know when I'm drawn to it, there's a reason. Whatever you're drawn to is inseparably connected to your purpose. Wes Watson's purpose is to show from the prison gates to as far as he could go, to where everybody's wildest dreams were hit in some point of what he did, to where they're like, so if I help people be better, I can get that. What could you ever say wrong about that? This man showed people that if they help people, they can get anything they want financially. If you want to travel, if you want to fucking own dope shit, whatever you want to do, it's going to come from helping people. That's what I did.
Yeah. That's awesome. Super cool. Especially when, maybe you got like your first car, things like that. Cause you said you're numb to it now. I mean,
I'm numb as fuck to it, but like, they're like, well, why do you still do it then? I'm like, we have to expense 40% of the million.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't buy all that stuff and do all that stuff, the money goes straight. You just cut a huge check.
That's an awesome problem to have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You get a dope-ass lifestyle off your expense budget because that's how you live outwardly on camera.
Yeah.
People are like, that's not real. It's not going to work. It completely works. They tell you to do it. Why would Uncle Sam not say this? Hey, don't pay me. Like, you don't have to pay me. Take that money, the expense money, and build another business. A car company, go pay a car dealership for Section 179 tax write-off on a bigger vehicle and go pay them and they'll make money. Why would he not encourage you to build other businesses and then he gets a percentage in margin of every business that's all growing? He's going to make more if we all grow each other and he gets a percentage off everyone else than if he just gets more off you, motherfucker, and you didn't go spend it on anyone else.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just fucking stupid that people don't understand this shit. They're like, it's got to be criminal. What? Well, no, it's capitalism. Like, they want more people. More people making more money gets them more money.
Yeah, totally. For sure. Absolutely. You got a lot of wealth of knowledge in you, man.
I've done a lot of shit in my life. I mean, mostly wrong shit, but the shit I do right, I do good.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But But yeah, totally. You got anything else you want to share just to anyone?
I want to tell everyone who's in business and who's a man or a woman, whatever the fuck. I mean, the two things that are going to suit you the best is to be the man that you always needed. Be the individual you always needed in your life. Be honest. Be the person you always needed, and be the client that you desire. A lot of people are not the client they desire, and they're not the person that they always needed, but they want people to listen to them, and they want people to conduct themselves when they come to their business correctly. But they go to other people's businesses and they don't tip. They want a discount. They haggle. They slow drag. Like, do they not believe it's an eye for an eye? Mm-hmm. I believe life is an eye for an eye. So I support dude, if my boy opens up some shit, I'm supporting it because I want people to support mine.
Yeah.
They think it's one-sided. It's fucking bullshit.
Definitely not. There's exchange involved for sure. Well, I appreciate all the value you dropped. You got tons of knowledge and tons of great success, and I appreciate you coming on here.
Oh, we're gonna be grinding. You guys are gonna see Andrew and me elevate on my Instagram. You're going to see him at some of our masterminds. You're going to see me at his. We're both in Miami. We're from San Diego. And I love the entrepreneur mindset. And I love the entrepreneurs nowadays that know that it's going to take a better them to build a business better. So I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for throwing this.
Yeah, of course. My pleasure.